guys, for this recipe you will be using 3 bamboo leaves per zongzi, and you're going to want to take all of them and soak them in cold water for 30 minutes. And a little tip is to fill another bowl of water and add it on top of the leaves so they do not float to the top. And then step 2 is to take all the other ingredients and to begin prepping them. So you will take 600 grams of glutinous rice or just sticky rice, rinse it and let it soak for 30 minutes. And then you'll do the same with all the other ingredients. You will take the red beans. You will need 4 tablespoons of red beans for this recipe, and rinse it and soak for 30 minutes. And then you'll take the shiitake mushrooms. You will only need 6 of these, and then rinse them and let them soak for 30 minutes. And then after the bamboo leaves have soaked for 30 minutes, you want to take each leaf and individually clean them off. To do so, take a brand new sponge and scrub each side of the leaf, and then put the leaves back into the same pot with fresh cold water and set it on the burner on high heat to start it to boil. And once it starts to boil, reduce the heat to medium high and then let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes. Now to prep the star of the savory zongzi is you want to take half a cup of pork belly that's cut into chunks and add 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, half a tablespoon of dark soy sauce, half a teaspoon of Shaoxing rice wine, 1/8 of a teaspoon of Chinese 5 spice powder, half a teaspoon of ginger minced, or you can use the paste, and then add a pinch of sugar and then a pinch of salt. And once you've added all the ingredients, just give it a toss and make sure everything is mixed in well. And back to the bamboo leaves that have been boiling for 15 minutes. Take it off the stove, rinse it with cold water, and then prep each leaf again by taking the same sponge and wiping both sides to clean it off. And once you are done with that, the bamboo leaf prep has been completed. Now for this part, this will be a little tricky. You may need to practice it a few times. You take 2 bamboo leaves, fold it up in half, and then take on the back side 1 inch, fold it over, and then voila, you have the shape for your zongzi. To make the sweet zongzi, just take 1 dried date and put it on the bottom, then add some rice, and then add some red bean paste. Adding more will make it more sweet, so just use as much as you like. Then add more rice on top, and then take a few of the whole red beans and place it on top of the rice. And then to fold it over and close it, just take a 3rd bamboo leaf, wrap it around, and then seal it over by folding the top down. And then taking the cotton string and tying it around as tightly as you can, and then finishing it off with a knot. Now to make the savory zongzi, prep the bamboo leaves like you did before, and then this time you're going to add rice, and then you'll add your seasoned pork belly, and then you'll add some shiitake mushrooms, and then add more rice on top of that, and do the same thing and close it up with the 3rd leaf and tie it in a knot, and you're done. Now you are all done with making your sweet and savory zongzi, and for the first reveal we will do the savory one. Just be careful because it is quite hot. It just came out of boiling water, and then when you cut it open you should see the mushrooms and the pork. And quick tip, make sure to use a little bit less rice than we did, because keeping in mind it does enlarge while it's cooking. And then to reveal the sweet zongzi, when you open it up, you should see the rice on the outside, and then when you cut it open, you shall see the red bean paste, the whole red beans, and then the date at the bottom. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone, the dish that I created tonight is mapu tofu, which is a spicy, savory meat and tofu dish, and I hope you guys find some time to try it out at some point. Alright, here's the recipe. Starting from the top left, we have 2 stalks of green onions, 1 tablespoon of grated ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, finely diced, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of chili flakes, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, half a pound of ground beef or ground pork, along with 1 container of tofu and mapo tofu sauce. What you want to do first is remove the tofu from the container and begin to cut the tofu into approximately ½ inch cubes. While you cook the tofu, it will expand and absorb any moisture released through the cooking process. So once you have cubed up your tofu, place the tofu into a pot of simmering water and allow to cook while you prepare the rest of your ingredients. While your tofu is simmering in the hot water, add a dash of vegetable oil or olive oil to your skillet and add in your ½ pound of ground beef. Once your ground meat is finished cooking, add about a tablespoon of white cooking wine, your garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and chili flakes. Using a strainer or colander, remove the tofu from the water and add to a pan. Once you have added all of your tofu, add the mapo tofu sauce to the pan and fold thoroughly. You can find mapo tofu sauce at any local Asian supermarket, or you could use Sichuan-style red bean sauce instead. Once everything has been thoroughly folded in, add your sesame oil and your diced green onions as garnish to finish off your mapo tofu dish. Mapo tofu is a great dish to share with your family and friends. Of course, when it comes to cooking, everything can be adjusted to taste. I personally enjoy my mapo tofu with some extra heat, so you can add 2 freshly diced Thai chilies if you want. Overall, I hope you try out this recipe. Let me know how it tastes.
Alright, peanut butter noodles. Vietnamese dish, super simple. You just eye everything. We don't measure because we're Chinese.
Yo, what?
Just ingredients is peanut butter. This is a sauce for it. Peanut butter. This is soy sauce. Ooh. Alright, everything's to the eye. That's a bit too much, but it's alright. Some oil to lubricate. And this is dark mushroom flavored soy sauce. You only need like a tiny bit of this. Chicken bouillon thingy. And then down some sesame sauce. Ooh, interesting. And then at this point, you just mix everything together. Alright, so pre-cooked noodle and your sauce, and all you have to do is just put it in there. And your final product should look something like this.
So the second dish we're making is 西红柿炒蛋. It's tomato stir-fry egg, and the ingredients you're gonna need is some salt, some sugar, cooking wine, some oil, soy sauce, chicken flavor mix, some tomatoes, scallions, and eggs.
And also, you have to use this cooking wine, the Fujian cooking wine, because that's the best cooking wine in all of China. This dish, you want to cook the eggs first, because that's where the flavor comes in. A splash of a teaspoon of olive oil. Beat your eggs first, like you would beat your video games. And just stir fry them. In the same pan, you don't want to wash it because you want the eggs flavor in it. Then you want to cook your tomatoes. I just want to wet the tomatoes so the sauce is all coming out. Once you see all like the, add in your eggs that you cooked earlier. And mix them through. And then, I'm not a big fan of scallions, but you gotta have them for flavor, you know? So, toss them in here. You need some water for the extra sauce. And you just wanna let that soak for a while before you add in the final seasoning. Alright, so at this point, once it sits for a while, you want a pinch of salt. And once again, we don't measure. I think that's fine. You want a little bit of soy sauce. A bit of the chicken bouillon. Best cooking wine in existence. Just a little splash of it. And you just mix. Look at pleasure there. And this is the final result. And the best thing is with white rice. The sauce will suck it up so much.
We'll be making tanghulu and black milk tea. For tanghulu, you will need dry fruits like strawberries and blueberries, sugar, water, and skewers. First, you will mix 1 cup of sugar with 1/2 cup of water. Slowly stir your mixture until it is thick and gold. If your mixture is too watery, gradually add more sugar. You may need to start over if your mixture starts to look foamy. As you can see here, the sugar has golden. To test if your sugar is ready, first dip a skewer into the mixture. Then dip the sugar-coated skewer into a cup of ice water. If your sugar crystallizes, then your sugar is ready. If not, you may need to cook your mixture for a longer time. During the time your sugar mixture is heating up, you can start adding your fruits to your skewers. Make sure your fruit is dry. Dip your fruit into the sugar, or you can pour the sugar over your fruit. Remember to cover all the fruits to ensure the best crunch. Finally, you will leave your tanghulu to cool at room temperature for 5 minutes. To make black milk tea, you will need black tea packets, boba pearls, honey, and your choice of milk. Boil some water for your tea and your boba pearls. For every cup of boba, you'll need 10 cups of water. Once the water is boiling, add your boba and boil it on medium heat while gently stirring the pearls. While the boba is cooking, pour hot water into a cup with 2 tea bags. Let it sit to steam with the cover for about 5 minutes. Once the boba floats to the top, it is ready to be removed. Let it cool down for a couple of minutes. We added some honey to make our boba sweet. Prepare your milk tea by adding your desired amount of boba into a cup. Then pour your prepared black tea into the cup. Lastly, add the milk of your choice to finish off the milk tea. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and we hope you enjoy your milk tea with your tanghulu.